Dimapur Naga Students Union (DNSU) has urged the state government and all stakeholders to thoroughly review the Nagaland Liquor Total Prohibition Act 1989. In a statement, the student body felt that it was high time the state government either brought some strict regulations to legalize sale of liquor or amend and revitalize the Nagaland Liquor Total Prohibition Act. The appeal comes in the backdrop of busting of an illegal liquor bottling plant at 7th Mile in Dimapur on September 2nd and seizure of huge quantities of liquor from 5th Mile on September 29th. According to DNSU, the two incidents had exposed the incompetency and laxity of the Excise Department, the nodal agency for enforcing the Nagaland Liquor Total Prohibition Act. Besides the negligence in performing its duty by allowing such activities to continue unnoticed, it regretted that the act was not being implemented properly. Alleging that many illegal liquor outlets are operating in every nook and corner day and night in Nagaland's commercial hub, the union claimed that it had on a couple of occasions acted as a law enforcing agency and busted some of these, and on several occasions had urged the law enforcing authorities to do the same. After dissolving the State Madrasa Education Board in 2018, Assam Education Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma announced that the state government is going to close down all government-run madrasas in the state, Deccan Chronicle report stated. Stating that they can't allow religious education with public money, the minister said that a notification to this effect would be issued next month. In February this year, Sarma had announced that the government has decided to close down not just government-run madrasas but also government-run Sanskrit tolls. Asserting that religious teachings cannot be carried out with government funds in a secular country, the minister said no religious educational institutes will be allowed to function with government funds. We will bring out a notification in November to this effect. We have nothing to say about privately run madrasas, he said. It is significant that there are 614 government madrasas in Assam and about 900 private madrasas, almost all of which are run by Jamiyat Ulama, while there are about 100 government Sanskrit tolls and over 500 private tolls. The government spends about Rs 3 crore to 4 crore on madrasas in the state and about Rs 1 crore on Sanskrit tolls annually. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma informed that the government has mobilized funds close to Rs 500 crore from different funding agencies in addition to its own resources to renovate and upgrade infrastructure facilities in lower primary schools. Lamenting on the lack of basic amenities in majority of elementary schools, especially in rural areas, including electricity and water connection, the Chief Minister said the government has mobilized funds close to Rs 500 crore from different funding agencies in addition to its own resources to renovate and upgrade infrastructure facilities in LP schools across the state. The Chief Minister remarked that committed effort is being made by the government to improve infrastructure and learning facilities in schools across Meghalaya. Mizoram Chief Minister Zoramthanga opened 9 intermediate storage godowns in different parts of the state yesterday. State Food, Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs Minister K. Lalrinliana, along with other government officials, were present at the meeting. Speaking on the occasion, Zoramthanga said that his government is making massive efforts to avoid food shortage during COVID-19 pandemic. He said that the government has taken measures to spend all that it has to ensure that supply of food grain is not disrupted and people are not starved amidst difficulties triggered by the outbreak of COVID-19. He urged officials of the state supply department to make massive efforts so that the state has enough stock of rice and other essential commodities. Supply Minister K. Lalrinliana said the godowns were constructed in Kolasib, Darlon, Kwangleng, Darlung, Reyek, Khawlailung, North Limen, Chaungte, and Maubak across the state. The tourism industry in Sikkim opened its doors to visitors from outside the state from today. The Sikkim government on March 5th this year banned the entry of foreign tourists and imposed full restrictions on the tourism sector on March 17th of this year. With unlocking of economic activities gradually taking place across the country, the state government on October 1 decided to reopen its border with West Bengal for unrestricted vehicle movement and lifted the odd-even road rationing for public vehicles. However, from today onwards, the Himalayan state is ready to host only domestic tourists, and foreign nationals residing in India will be allowed to visit the state. Tourists are required to register on the Sikkim Tourism web portal detailing tour plans and possess a copy of the travel card issued by the state authority before entering the state. With positive cases rising all across the nation, the COVID-19 status of northeastern states are: like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for news that matters and stories that inspire.